wash my hair with you, do anything for you. I know I'm being forward, but I just can't help it. I know with you it's real, I don't mess with that counterfeit. I got it bad for you, when I'm holding you, I get so high off you. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, but if I had to choose, classic ones and zeros, baby, I'm obsessed with you. Give it to me, baby, give it to me, baby, yeah, the money, yeah, the money. Everything I need, you let American dream. Money, yeah, the money. Money, yeah, the money. Come over, Jackson, you and me could have a good time. I'm sorry, George, but you're a downer. Stay at home tonight. We got some cash to blow, we got some clubs to own. Yeah, you already know. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, but if I had to choose, classic ones and zeros, baby, I'm obsessed with you. Give it to me, baby, give it to me, baby, yeah, the money, yeah, the money.
Welcome to the Together We Win podcast. I'm your host, Jorge Medina, and it's Valentine's Day, and I want to introduce my co-host, CJ. I know I didn't get to talk to him tomorrow, but will you be my Valentine?
I'd love to be your Valentine. What a sweetheart this man is. Hello, everybody. Happy day after Valentine's Day. We're going to keep the love going.
Hell yeah, CJ's right. We're going to talk about dating misadventures that maybe you wanted to give up after you've gone on some dates, but maybe some dates that you actually thought were winners and you were going to go off and marry that person. And I've had a lot of bad dates. That's probably why I got married really quick, twice. I mean, I'm over the dating aspect of Valentine's Day or any day at all, right? Because dating's a lot of work, right, CJ?
It can be a lot of work for sure. I've experienced it.
Yes, you have. We'll talk about that in a few. But first, we wanted to talk about why I don't date no more, because I'm married, of course. But here's the one reason. When I first dated my wife, we were dating for 2 or 3 weeks. And her birthday was coming up, so I thought it'd be nice. Normally you date people soon and you don't have to give them gifts, but I thought, I like this girl, why not? So I got her a $5 or $10 Starbucks gift card. I mean, probably the cheapest gift I could have got, but it was only 2 weeks. It's not like we were dating for years, right?
Good point. Excellent point.
And she still gives me crap for it. I mean, to this day she gives me crap. But guess what?
True.
A couple months later, it was my birthday, and she comes in and she wraps this box nice, like it came from an expensive store. I was like, Gucci, awesome. No, it was actually, she said it was Nordstrom Rack, but when I opened the shirt, I got the box, I got the shirt. It was not from Gucci, Nordstrom. It was from the Goodwill store, I think. I mean, when I put it on, it said Pedro on the chest, and a Shell Station patch was on it. I mean,
Pedro?
I mean, that's why I don't date, because I don't know when to give a gift. I don't know when to break up. I don't know when to keep going. But my co-host CJ, he is the king. I mean, the king of dating. And sometimes he's the joker of dating, too, as we're going to find out, right, CJ?
Excellent point.
I mean, before I go into it, tell me, give me a quick synopsis of what your dating life has been since you were young to now, maybe, in a couple words.
Wow. I'll never forget my parents, when I was probably in high school, said, you know what, son, date a lot. Don't get in a serious relationship right away, because you're young and you're going to grow up. And I think I'm finally growing up now, and I really took their advice to heart. I've dated a lot.
And he's actually dated, by a lot, he means he accidentally dated 2 women, which one he wasn't really supposed to be going on a date with. And this is our first story. I mean, he was in this seminar, and he was in his group, the seminar puts a group together.
Yeah.
3 women, 1 man. I mean, that's CJ's life right there. He's glowing at this point. Well, like CJ does, he meets these women and he talks a good game and he gets their numbers, right? And that was where the whole calamity started when he got the numbers, right, CJ?
Yes.
Tell us what happened.
All right. So I was blessed. I had 3 beautiful women in my group, and I was the only guy, which was great. And we had our seminar, and then our seminar ended. Mm-hmm. And then about probably 2 months went by, 3 months, and I was like, oh, wow. I remembered there was one woman I thought was gorgeous, and I'm like, I really want to go on a date with her. So I'm looking through my phone, my smartphone. I wish it was a little smarter. And I was like, they were all 3 in my group, so I had them listed in my group, and I couldn't remember which one was the one I really thought was beautiful.
So you actually didn't think like, I'm gonna kind of think, you just were like, I'm gonna call no matter who I think it is?
So I thought it was this girl, this woman, I thought it was her. So I called her, and then I texted her, and we talked, and I said, let's go out. And she said yes. So I was like, sweet.
That's awesome,
yeah.
Right?
I was like, the one I liked the most, liked me, and she wanted to go on a date with me. I was like, woohoo!
That is awesome.
So yeah, so I get in my car, and I go over to pick her up. And I actually see her outside her house.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't the one.
Who was it?
That I thought it was going to be in my seminar. It was the other woman in our group.
Oh my gosh.
4 of us total. But so my immediate thought was like, drive away, go away now, drive. It's the wrong woman. But I saw her babysitter walk in the door.
Oh my God.
And so I'm like, wow, she has a kid and she hired a babysitter. So I'm like, I can't leave. What a jerk. That would be like the biggest jerk. Like she hires a babysitter and so I picked her up.
Yes.
And we went to a really good Mexican restaurant. And we're sitting there having a margarita and chips. And I'm like, I gotta tell her.
You didn't tell her.
I told her.
You told her?
I told her.
Oh my God.
I should.
What did you tell her? What did you tell her? What did you tell her?
That was a bad move. But it was just like so top of mind. So I go, I have to apologize. I really thought you were your friend.
Oh my God.
And she was like, really? And I'm like, really? But then, like, everything opened up. Like, we had a fun date. We had a fun dinner. We had fajitas. We, like, talked, and we just got to know each other. And it was a fun day.
I mean,
And she didn't hold it against me.
I mean, I think that's what's awesome about you is that honesty does pay off, right? If you would have lied to her, like, you would have given her hope, like, that you were actually trying to be with her, and who knows where that would have gone, right? So I'm very proud of you. Even though we joke around, and this could be, like, what you shouldn't, just let me just say this. If you're going to go out with a girl, make sure you remember her name and you remember her number. I mean, that's the...
Put a little asterisk.
Yes.
This is the one I was attracted to.
Like, and put a little asterisk, a friend maybe, and then girl I like. I don't know. But be honest.
It was for me.
But be honest, because CJ was honest, and this could be a major calamity that could have just punted him the wrong way, but it actually, you know, it made you stronger. I know it did, because I mean, honestly, coming out of it with the truth was the best for both people. And I think that's the message, right? Is that even you have a mistake, you clear it up. Clean it up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and I'd like to tell you that that was all the stories that we're going to get from CJ on dating. But we have another one. I mean, CJ is a walking calamity sometimes, and when it comes to dating... Yes, he is a walking calamity when it comes to dating. I mean, if you were going out with a woman, and this is back to the honesty thing, like, he tells me he was dating this girl that ate a lot of carrots. And, I mean, I don't know if you guys know what eating a lot of carrots means, but let me tell you about, if you happen to fall in love with a girl that eats a lot of carrots, CJ has a story for you to tell you on maybe why you may not want to date her.
Here we go. So I met this woman, and she is a sweetheart. And we actually dated, and we were girlfriend and boyfriend. Well, we met at Toastmasters. And it just blossomed from there. If you guys know what Toastmasters is, it's a public speaking group.
Yeah.
And Halloween was coming around. And I was living with my 2 best friends out of college. So we were all 24, 25, right? 23, 24. And I'll never forget it. We're sitting on the couch, my buddy and I, right? We were watching baseball. And all of a sudden, a knock on the door, and my other roommate ran up, and he's like, "Oh, CJ, your girl's here." And I walked up, literally orange. Her whole face was orange.
No, she wasn't.
Swear to you, orange, bright orange, like you see people at the tanning salon and like went bad. She was orange. She was carrot orange. She was carrot top.
What did your friends say?
My friends were kind of like I could see him giggling as he walked back to tell me that she was there. And I'm like, "Is everything okay?" And she goes, like straight face, "I ate too many carrots." And I didn't think you could like change colors.
No way, dude.
I swear to you.
I mean, I eat a lot of broccoli. If I could turn green, I mean, shit. What?
She was orange from the freaking forehead down.
So what'd you do after that?
So I honestly thought I'm like, "Is this your Halloween costume?" I really was thinking that.
Oh
she's
my
like,
God.
"No, I ate too many carrots." So we sat on the couch and we were watching a movie, and I was like, I kind of laughing inside, just dying. I'm like, "Oh my gosh." And she's like, "So what are you going to be for Halloween?" And I go, "I don't know, baby. You got to be a carrot. So maybe I'll be ranch dressing."
Oh my God. And then that probably broke you guys up, I'm guessing.
No, it did break us up. What broke us up was she went away to college, right? I was already done with college. And then she comes
She stopped eating carrots. She stopped eating carrots. She started eating the barbecue wings, right? That's what happened, am I right?
No, again, usually people gain their freshman 15, right? Well, she did gain weight, but I should back up. Her father owned a natural food store and was really successful. And so she grew up eating really healthy, nutritious foods. So she went away to college, and she's like, when I saw her again after college, she came home for winter break, and she goes, "Well, I experimented on a fat diet." So she just ate essential fatty acids, and she ate avocados and olive oil and just all fat. So she gained 5-10 pounds. But it looked great on her. Like, it looked good. Her face was like shiny. It wasn't orange, but it was shiny, natural color. So it was quite an experience.
Yeah, I can tell. I mean,
it was quite an experience.
Moral of the story is
orange carrots.
CJ likes orange women and maybe
and a little omega fats.
Yeah.
A little avocado.
Well, I mean, hey, we all. At least this was a great story that you can tell your friends.
Yeah.
And again, like dating is hard, and your friends will make fun of you.
Yes.
And you have to put up with that stuff. But you know what? You kept going. You kept going.
That's true.
The one thing, and here's our last story about dating mishaps from CJ. And this is not really a mishap. This is something I applaud him because, look at it. Does anyone else have a friend where you can go get a colon cleanse? Go get a colon cleanse where this woman is seeing whatever's coming out of his anus.
Oh, no.
This is pretty bad.
Disgusting.
It's a little tube coming out.
It's a little too personal.
But CJ turned it into the Bachelor date, and he brought this magic game, and the tube was shoved up his ass. Tell me about this.
Oh, I can't believe I'm sharing this. All right, so we're going back. I went to a Tony Robbins conference a while back, and I met with the health coach, and he's like, "You got to do a colonic. You have to do a colon cleansing."
Oh my
and
God,
I was like,
fun,
I didn't even know what it was. I'm like, "What's a colonic, right?" And he's like, "Oh, you'll find out. Go do it." So the night before, I'm telling one of my best friends, Chris Herman. Shout out to Chris Herman. We love you, George and I. And I'm like, "I don't know. I don't think I should do this colonic. I don't think I should do it." And he's like, "No, you got to do it." I'm like, "No, I don't think I want to do it." And then I'm like, "Well, I already made the appointment. I got to do it." So I go. And I'll never forget, you're naked.
What?
You're naked. Well,
I'm sure this was or was it a massage?
Maybe not naked, but it's just like your boxers or your shorts, and you're laying on like a massage table.
Yeah.
And she puts a tube. There's a tube.
Oh my gosh.
In your rear end.
Oh wow.
And you're behind.
Nice.
And real nice. So I'm laying there, and she's attractive. The woman who's giving me this colonic is pretty.
Wow.
I think she's attractive, and I'm like, this isn't gonna go anywhere.
It sounds like a shitty situation. It's gone good, actually.
So like, it's all like, this is not gonna go well. She's like seeing my rear end and she's gonna see my poop. So basically she turns on the hose, so it's water going in, just in case you have a colonic. And at first she's like, there'll be a little pressure. It was a little pressure. And then she's like, now you're gonna really feel it. I'm like, holy shnikes!
Oh my God.
Like there was water pumped into my rear end.
Oh shit.
So I'm like, okay, good, tap out, tap out, tap out.
Oh my God.
So then like everything was done. And then I was like, oh God, I knew I had to go to the restroom. So I ran into the restroom, like barely made it. And it was like I was peeing out of my rear end.
Oh my God.
Like seriously, it
This
was
sounds so sexy, man. Sounds like a great pickup line right now.
And Georgia went everywhere.
Oh my
Not
God.
just the toilet, like everywhere.
That's not good.
And then I was embarrassed because I was like, I don't want her to clean it up.
Exactly.
Right? So, like, I'm trying to clean it up with the toilet paper and everything, TP. And then she's like I came out and I'm like, there's more, like, I'm an accident. She's like, no, that's my job. I'll clean it up.
Oh my
and I'm
God.
like, oh, I'm never going to go out with this woman.
So actually, what do you do after the messy situation? What would any guy do? What would you do?
So, well, I figured I was done, right? I thanked her, I paid her, and I'm telling you, I felt great afterwards. Like, wow, like my digestive system was fantastic, so I recommend it. I was like, I had ice cream that night, and I didn't even feel like I had ice cream. I felt great. Like my digestive system was on point. Anywho, I moved, like literally the next week, I moved down to El Segundo, and I get a call from her. And a voice message.
Oh, no way.
Telling me that she wanted to go out.
Oh, freak.
She's like, I broke up with my boyfriend. Do you want to date? And I'm like, I'm in El Segundo.
Oh, my God.
So what do I do? And I thought she was attractive.
Yeah.
And my friend, like, even told me before, get this colonic from her because she's really attractive. So we, obviously we talked and we went out when I went home to visit my parents.
Yeah.
But I'm like, she's never going to like me. She saw my poop everywhere.
I mean, that is, see, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, the best situation, the worst situation, your dating life, it's not going to be perfect.
No.
Yeah, CJ approved. But as long as you're honest,
Yeah.
and you like the color orange, and
Or the color brown.
your shit don't stink, you're gonna have a great dating life. And I think that's what
I'm single.
I think that's what the message is here. Is like, especially on Valentine's Day, if you had like a bad dating experience, or if someone didn't give you a gift, and then someone give you a flower or anything. I think your life is still open to millions of possibilities.
Sounds good.
Because
It really is.
if you don't date, you don't really know what you want, right?
So true.
So tell me this, to just end this,
Wrap it up.
Tell me, out of all these experiences, like, what have you learned most from that aspect of dating?
Well, I have this dating coach who I adore. Her name's Grace Munez, and she's phenomenal. And plug to you, Grace. And she's taught me, and my life experience has taught me, is you just don't give up. You can't give up on love.
Yeah, you can.
You got to keep going. That's why I'm still dating. I'm still out there dating because I know she's out there.
Exactly.
You found your love.
I did.
So people, don't give up. Dating can be hard, but don't give up because she's going to be right around the corner. You never know. You might meet her at a colonoscopy or a colonic.
Exactly.
You just never know where you're going to find love. So I'm not giving up. I'm out there going for it.
Awesome, CJ. I hope you guys love our new shorter version of this podcast. We want to make it fun and interesting in a short amount of time for you guys. We know you guys have long days. And you can find all our information below. And if you want to get us on Twitter, our Facebook group page, on Instagram, we're everywhere. And if you want to be in a boot camp in El Segundo, here's the sign back there.
Mr. Green Drinks Boot Camp.
Yeah, and if you want the 21-day challenge, you go to MrGreenDrink.com. We like to end our shows with things that we like to see great in this world, maybe that aren't so great right now. And our thing right now is, my thing is that this whole Republican-Democrat thing and this black and white thing, and that's everything that's going on right now in 2020 has been breaking up families. And I hope that we can come together and we can see the gray area of things.
Amen.
Because life lives in the gray area.
Yes.
And there's no just black and white. There's no just Republican and Democrat.
Yes.
If we live in the gray area, we can all understand each other
Acceptance.
and be accepting of each other, right?
Love.
And my challenge to you guys is, if you have a family member that's Republican and you're Democrat, be the gray side, because maybe they won't be the gray side, and it takes you being the gray side to create something. So if you're facing a challenge, let's be the gray side.
Well said. Be in the gray area. Acceptance. Love. Because let's bring the families and friends back together.
Exactly. It's
Together
2021.
we win.
Exactly.
All right, I'll give a quick finish to mine's motivational. So, Sister Andre. Woo woo. Sister Andre, she's a nun, obviously, in the south of France. Last Wednesday turned 117 years young. Are you kidding me?
That's crazy.
That is crazy. And so she lived through the Spanish flu. She lived both through the both World Wars. She is living through COVID. But wait, she got COVID.
What?
She got COVID-19 and survived and beat it.
That's amazing.
So, on her birthday, she had a glass of champagne to toast herself. She is blind, but she has the best attitude and 117. So if you're fighting COVID, keep fighting, because she did it, you can do it, and thank you, Nun Andre. You rock and inspire me.
Hell yeah, that's very inspiring. All right, guys, we're gonna end the show with her high five. Here we go.
We win. Have a great week.
Shake up this
Much love.
pick up that pace. Yeah, we got no time to waste. Everybody say feel that bass. Yeah, we gon' shake up this place. Pick up that pace. Yeah, we got no time to waste. Say dreams to chase. Yeah, we ain't losing this race. Say we got faith. Yeah, we know what it's gonna take. Ain't nobody gotta do for me what I do when I do it so beautifully. All I gotta stay is true to me. Yeah, stay winning is a mood to me. Hey, ain't nobody gotta do for me. Yep.